crowd it's going to be here.
Well, the players in position. 2001, 2002, TIFA Grand Final, University to take on Banks, and Banks were the minor premiers. They got the easy road there. They won. They beat University in the second semi-final. Uni had to turn around and play Pints in the preliminary final. They got over that hurdle, and here they are in the grand final. They've played the last 4 grand finals, these two, and Andrew Scott joining me in commentary, and it should be a good game.
It's actually Ben Scott, but anyway. No, both of these teams are very strong players. Both teams are both strong, very good teams.
So the ball out of bounds here, and there will be a throw-in in front of the grandstand. Now we're sitting in the grandstand where all of the Banks supporters are, so you'll hear lots of noise coming from them, I would suggest, throughout the call of this match. Umpire to throw this in. University kicking to the right of screen. We've got a free kick here. James Wakeland does some ruck work as well for the University side, and you'd expect a big game from him today. That forward line setup is pretty good. So Ryan Walker down there, Chris Eyre, John Whittington and Shane Parslow, good player. The chip in kick down towards the half forward line. Chris Eyre got his hand on the footy but knocked over the boundary line there by the Banks defence alongside the 50-metre line. Some good work there from Craig Jones. Will be a throw in inside 50. Uni in attack and kicking with the breeze, Ben.
Yes, well, they're going the exact same way that the reserves went in the first quarter as well, so maybe we might see a repeat, hopefully not.
Whittington kicks to the goal square, right over the top. James Geddes back there. Halkitis. Geddes gets to the ball, go the handball off. Halkitis, easy picking for Banks here. They come out of defence. Chip kick comes out looking for Saundry. And the kick up towards the wing, just short of the wing there. They're overrunning the footy. University a chance here, picked up out there this time by Dan Hicks. Kicking towards the forward line. Geddes at the back, loose ball at the 50-metre line. Banks go back in defence. Good little handball, goes across to Jones again. Kicks it up, intending here for the kick to Josh Finn. Ball goes to ground. Banks player held hold of there. Umpire says play on. No one able to get this. Stack of players come in over the top inside the square, and the umpire will have to ball it up.
At the start of this game right now, it's a real arm wrestle. These are probably two of the best teams TIFA has ever seen, and it's going to be a real struggle at the start.
Whittington breaks away here, caught in the tackle. They ran him down, and he thought he was in the clear. Banks were waiting on him. They sweated on him. They grabbed him, and he's been penalised. Now they can run this ball from the true centre half-back position. Michael Craggs, high kick up over the centre. Fist from the back there was Rowerig. Smothering kick. Lewis in there looking for the footy. The umpire's come up with a blood rule. He has, and the first blood rule of the match. Ben Scott, let's hope it's the last one. We don't want to see too much blood in the grand final, do we?
No, definitely not. And we don't want to see a repeat of what happened to Stephen Lowley. So he's definitely taken out of the game, and you certainly feel he could have made a better impact on that game.
So the free kick here for University from half-back. It's just a quiet start to this grand final. These two teams know each other very, very well. Banks here with plenty of players there. Up went Wakeland, was there for an eternity, held hold of it and then lost it. Big tackle on the Banks player there was Stewart. He lost it, kicked on a little bit further towards the boundary line, chased out there by Lee Tracy. And over the boundary line, he's been unwell, Lee Tracy. But good to see him back in the University colours.
Yeah, so he was last year's A-grade best and fairest, and he was also a former association medalist, so he's a very good player, and we just hope that he'll be back with University next season as well.
The big clash at the other end of the ground, of course, Jamie O'Keefe and Lincoln Clayton. University thought long and hard about who they would put on the number one Banks forward, and in the end they went with Clayton, who played pretty well on O'Keefe, and O'Keefe's had a number of injuries. He's got a leg problem, and University elected to go with Clayton, who are playing pretty tight today. Throw in here, ball between the wing and the half-forward line for University. Wakeland taps to Dunleavy, caught and then lost it. Chris Eyre got it, he lost it. In goes Harwood. For Banks, high kick up to the wing. University with a number of players here. Spillage goes, Rowery kicks, and the ball just lands in the field of play. Ben Rowery, big strong player for the University side, wearing the number 24 today. Wakeland to do the ruck work here. In there for Banks is Andrew Pope, wearing number 8. Tap down. Pope is third in line here. Didn't get to him. Ryan Walker battling for it. Still a pack of players over the top. And the grand final hasn't settled down yet, Ben. No real system here. Both teams just feeling each other out.
Yes, like I said before, it's a real arm wrestle at the start, but very soon you'll start to see one team start to get a bit of hold on this thing.
Parslow's kick up towards the forward line. Geddes got to the footy. Couldn't get it. Lee Tracy was hit very high, and he's going to get a free kick right at the 50-metre line. He's an excellent player. Now Geddes will be the target down in the goal square, and Wakeland's gone back with him as well. Wobbly old kick. Geddes in front position, off hands, and out of bounds alongside the behind post. No score in the grand final, 4 minutes gone.
Yeah, I'm surprised they elected to go with James Geddes as the forwards. It's usually Chris there up forward, but James Geddes has shown that he's a great kick and a very strong mark, so he's proven himself to be a true forward.
Sam Morgan here as well for University, and away they come. Dunleavy with a handball. It dropped short for Ryan Walker, grabbed high about 45 metres out directly in front. Now he can kick this. He's a reasonable kick at goal. He's got the breeze blowing with him. He was grabbed high, and he'll kick from just inside the 50. Distance shouldn't be a bother for him. He believes he can kick it, Ryan Walker. The player's right back on the goal line, and the Banks player going back to give him lots of room to run, and then he will charge at him. Can't foul it. In comes Walker and kicks and hooks it off to the right and misses, and gets the first score of the grand final, a behind to University.
It's certainly not the best start University could have hoped for, but it's certainly more so far now that what Banks have got. Banks haven't even gotten the ball into their forward 50 so far.
And just repeating the game, in the score in the reserve grade grand final, combined services 8 goals, 16. Defeated University 7-7. Lee Tracy front position, ball on his chest and lost it. Banks under siege here, slick little handball with Pope. Kick up to the middle, and the ball in the wicket area. Banks working very hard here. Tackle came from over the back, was Wade Tiller. But a good kick down into the forward line for University. Overrunning the ball down there was James Geddes. He went back pretty hard though and put the tackle there on Michael Craggs. Held him up alongside the boundary line about 30 metres around from the goals, and there will be another throw in. So just one behind scored in this grand final. We've played 9 minutes, and the throw in. Banks player at the back. At that time, couldn't pick up who he was. And now the umpire might have to ball this up, and he does.
So far, most of the players have been in the University forward 50-metre line. It's well known that that is generally the scoring end of the ground, and they've really got to make use of it. It's very vital that University capitalise on all their shots at goal, because if not, then they're really going to be stuck in deep water. Ball up now. It's been in. James Geddes now chasing it, but it's gone over the boundary line once again. There's going to be a throw-in just about halfway down the University 50-metre line. Looks like it might be Benny Rolrick now doing the ruck work. Get out, trying to get it to Tim Dunleavy, just unable to do it. Halkitis now with the kick down long, but unfortunately it's dropped short. Down long. Ben Ganley just unable to spoil the mark. They get their hands off.
And the umpire's whistle. He's blown the whistle here, and it will go back. I think Banks will get the kick on the far side of the ground now. They're up just forward of the wing. University kicking with the breeze in this grand final. We've just been trying to check out the the Banks team here. That's a poor kick into the forward line. Wakeland dropped the mark he should have got. Little kick off the ground. This left Banks in through Glaister. Glaister's kick high up into the forward line here. Ball punched away. Banks get there in numbers though. Some good work. Matthew Parmenter kicks at goal and it rolls across the face of goal. And back goes Clayton. He'll get away from O'Keefe here. Kicks up. Should have given it better ball to pass though, because what he has done is let Banks come into the contest here and they run hard through Fowler. Fowler gives it away with an equally as bad kick and gave it straight back to University so they can clear out of the back pocket up towards the half forward line. Pushed out of the contest very, very easily. That time was Morgan. Handball over the top. Little chip kick there came in from Saundry. And all of a sudden, the grand final starting to come alive. Little short kick inside the 50 and the mark taken there on the chest by Fowler. So Fowler will kick from outside 50. O'Keefe leads from the pocket. Will go in his direction. And instead they drop it in a little short. And O'Keefe, I guess, provided the dummy lead, Ben Scott, and let his teammate run into the space. And the mark was taken there for the Banks side, and they have a chance to kick from goal from outside 50.
Looks like the taking the kick there was Josh Finn. So far this year's best and fairest. Looks like there's a bit of a tussle going on. And the umpires awarded it to Jamie O'Keefe at a very difficult angle. Looks like he'll take this. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It looked like one of them might have, a University player might have taken the mark, but made some kind of offence. But O'Keefe can definitely kick it. He's definitely capable of kicking. The only thing would be the mental side of things now. He's got to deal with the pressure. And he's kicked a point. So far, both teams have only kicked 1 point so far. The ball being shared out between both sides of the... inside both 50-metre lines, sorry. And it looks like it'll be Lincoln Clayton to take the kick out. Lincoln Clayton, we know, a great tagger, and he shut down Jamie O'Keefe before, and he's really quite a good player. He's better as a tagger, but they've opted to go with him as the fullback for this game. Very long kick out of fullback, and coming over the top there, unable to take it. Wakeland tries to get it out along the ground. Dunleavy comes bursting out, sockers it along the ground. It goes out onto the out wing position. Morgan gives chase for University, tries to get it out. He comes up with it again. Umpire's blown the whistle. Says it's out of bounds. There's throwing now at Benny Rolrick for University, tries to get the punch off, gets held. Finn comes away with it, kicks it out into the centre, coming through to Wade Tiller. Great tap off there. Bo Harris comes around, steps around, puts it on the left, flicking kick, pass low, comes away with it, comes away. Walker, the left foot down. Benny Rolrick coming in. Benny Rolrick, we know, definitely, he's a great kick at goal. He hooks it around his body, and there's Lee Tracy in there. Takes the thing, he comes it down, and he runs it straight through. It's a goal. University 1-1, 7th place Banks. 1 goal, 6. I'm not quite sure if the scoreboard's right now. I'm pretty sure that Banks' shot at goal was a point. Scoreboard looks like it might be wrong. I'm just not quite sure.
Well, 14 minutes gone in the grand final here, and University with that goal have 1 goal, 1. So tap down. Banks trying to get away, but the kick by Dunleavy off the carpet. Kicks it out wide to the wing. Chris Eyre gets there. Pressure came at him. That was Andrew Pope. Put him under pressure. Running back to help out was Trent Fowler. In there goes Ryan Walker for it. Chris Eyre over the top. And they hollowed up Fowler in there as well, and some assistance coming from Andrew Pope. So it'll be a ball up on the wing. 14 minutes gone in the grand final. Wakeland gets around to the front position in front of Darryl Leach. Whistle goes. And umpire's playing a free kick. Suggested to University free kick. It is John Whittington. Wing on the grandstand side. High, ordinary kick. They go out of bounds on the full. Much to the joy of the Banks supporters, sitting off to our right. So the ball brought back into play. Wakeland is front position. They got into his back, and he will get the free kick advantage paid. Rowrick gave a quick little handball off to the running player, Halkitas. Halkitas kicks into the forward line. Lee Tracy got there and couldn't complete the mark. Now, plenty of Banks players here. They work it out through Greg Harwood, and the kick up towards the wing. University have extra players here, but the ball did carry over the top. Banks player gets there under pressure. That was Percy, but Halkitas comes away. Left foot kick, hurries it up towards the 50-metre line. Falling over there, though, the Banks player under enormous pressure was Craig Jones. Half kick up to the edge of the square. Whittington went in and got a good handball from him to Dunleavy. Went around his body with his kick. Geddes got down. He's got to get the free kick, surely. He was the only player in the contest going for the football. He got his hands on it, and then he was interfered with, and he will get the free kick. James Geddes from about 25 metres out, almost directly in front.
Yeah, Geddes now you can see sporting a new haircut, obviously making him a bit more streamlined and helping him to get to that ball a bit quicker.
So James Geddes, very good kick at goal. Almost tempted to write it down. Ben Scott goes back and kicks. Thumps at goal. I think he's got it. He looked pretty happy. Goal umpire says yes. And James Geddes kicks his first goal of the grand final, and a good one for University. They've now got 2 goals to Lee Tracy and to James Geddes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that scoreboard's wrong, as Jamie O'Keefe's kick went through for a behind Sean when Lincoln Clayton kicked the ball out, so obviously the person in the scoreboard just misread it.
So you're saying that the score is 2-1 to a point, and the scoreboard's telling us it's 2-1 to 1 goal, so I'm sure it will be corrected at quarter time. Ball up in the middle, Rowrick and Leach. Rowrick cleverly got the tap down, and good work there by Leach as he got the kicker out up towards their half forward line. Banks player hitting a pretty heavy tackle there from Matthew Elliott. It's outside the 50. Banks go back. Halkitas putting on pressure here. Loose ball gathered in this time by Wilson. Wilson caught and lost it. Kick under pressure inside the 50-metre line now. Plenty of uni players back there. They go back in numbers, and out they come through Matthew Elliott. Out there as well. He's a good solid defender for the University side. As we go close to 20 minutes in the first quarter. Pretty lacklustre and ordinary quarter, but you don't expect spectacular things in the first quarter of a grand final, or do you?
No, you definitely don't. And as you're saying, Matthew Elliott now, he's played for a number of years. I believe his first season was back in 1995 when the Urites actually went on to win a premiership that year.
So throw in, deep in the forward line for this Banks side. Here's a chance with a player waiting off. Good pressure. Handball was given away. Rankin comes away with the kick. Wobbled it up towards the wing and front position there. Fowler. It's a pretty good player, and he just drops it in short. Loose checking there as Adam Saundry takes a mark in front of Sean Rankin. He'll kick from outside 50. O'Keefe on the charge here. They've got 2. He got up very high. Couldn't complete the mark, though, as Clayton comes away with the kick. It was pretty good. He went over the top and gave it to Sam Morgan, and Morgan has the mark on the grandstand side backward of the wing. I'm pretty sure it'll be 50 metres here. The umpire was calling for the player, and that player was Trent Fowler. He's being called back on the mark. He didn't respond, and as a result he's given away 50 metres. Now, good chance here for University if they can get this kick deep into their forward line. See Geddes in close to the man on the mark. Much prefer to see him coming out of the pocket. Here's the kick. Wakeland, front position. Kick had just a little too much on it. Comes off hand, rolls towards the boundary line and goes over deep in the forward line as Damo West gets set to come on for University. Throw in alongside the behind post. 2-1 University, and according to Ben Scott, Banks have got just the 1 point.
Well, I'm pretty sure, you can't quote me on that or anything, but I'm relatively sure that that shot at goal by Jamie O'Keefe actually went through for a behind.
Tackle around the legs there, but umpire prepared to let it go on. University player running along the boundary line. Bo Harris it was. Throw in. Halkitis comes off. There's Parslow. Realises he's in space as he shaped the handball. Whittington back position. Good defensive work there, and the mark will be played to Banks in defence. Was pretty good. Might have been side bush back there on the last line of defence. He's in the goal square and kicks with the left boot. Driving kick. Big climb from the back there for Banks. Levi Percy couldn't get it. Ball up for a contest here. Gathered in Morgan. Morgan hooks. Plenty of university players here. Lee Tracy got his hands on it. Couldn't complete the mark though. Banks under pressure here. Hurried kick towards the 50-metre line defensive. In comes Parslow. Hard at the footy. Terrific body work from him. And two terrific tackles on the university player there, Bo Harris. Looked a little high from here, but the umpire said it was all fair and well and good. He was going to ball it up.
Yes, just you can see now the physicality between these two teams. It looks like Bo Harris is bleeding, and they're going to just bring him off for. Looks like they might be putting on Costa Lolius.
Well, I'll tell you why he's bleeding is because two players hit him and they hit him very high. He has gone off. Banks make a change, and on comes Terry Gleisner, wearing the number 14, and Costa Lolius coming on wearing number 2 for University, going off Paul Van Oosten for Banks. Uni on the charge here, and Banks coming out of defence. High kick up to the wing. Dunleavy front position. Terrific mark. Andrew Pope was a beauty. Gave it to Leach. Leach goes by hand. Gave it off to his teammate. Wonderful kick from Percy. Delivered it beautifully by foot to Brad Percy. Percy's kick wants O'Keefe. Comes front position. He's been hit a little high. And he will get the free kick. And University prepared to run a couple of defenders against Jamie O'Keefe. And they did hit him a little high that time, and he's got the free kick. 45-degree angle, and will kick from about 48 metres out as Lincoln Clayton comes off with the blood rule.
It just looks like there Matthew Elliott came charging in to try and cut off Jamie O'Keefe's path. He just got in a bit too late and hit him a bit too high there.
And University don't have a player ready to come on, so play will be delayed here for some time. They now, Cameron Lewis makes his way out for his first taste of the grand final. The umpire has to wait until he gets back into a position similar to that of the player sent off the field, as Jamie O'Keefe takes a long time over this kick. Umpire happy now. Damo West on the mark, and his camera right behind Jamie O'Keefe. Beautiful kick he is. He'll have to kick it out to the left. Runs in and kicks, and he's kicked it out to the right, and it's just continued to go and drifted right across the face and missed everything. Well, you could tell by the angle he ran in that he was going to kick towards the right. He did just that, and he missed everything. So Ben Rorick, deep in the back pocket, will bring the ball into play here for University. He can go short if he wants, and he doesn't. He thumps long, goes to safety. Parslow front position, big climb at the back there, Jesse Green. Play on, says the umpire. Morgan with a left foot kick, dribbles it up alongside the boundary line, rolls over the boundary line there in front of Greg Harwood, and there'll be a throw-in. So University 2-1, and Banks just the one behind, close to quarter time.
Yes, Charlie, this is going to be a very up and down game. I believe the score will change many times during this game.
Big hit over the top from Banks, only went to Dunleavy. His kick upfield and gets to Geddes on the charge here. Geddes, if this sits for him, it took an eternity to come up, so he didn't get it. Whittington chases it along the boundary line and then soccers it on a little further. And an opportunity gone begging there for University. Geddes just couldn't get a handle on it. And in the end, Banks have been able to force it over the boundary line for a throw-in, about 20 metres around from the behind post. University kicking with the breeze, so we'll get a fair indication of this game by about half-time, I would suggest.
Yes, that's definitely when you'll see both sides' true potential come out in Banks scoring and in University's defending.
Kick into the goal square here as the siren goes, and University were in a very attacking position. You just got the feeling, if you look back over the quarter, that University really didn't capitalise on the opportunities they had up in that forward line. They probably had 60% of the play, maybe even more, maybe even 70% of the play, and a return of 2-1 it really wouldn't please Coach Tim Story. So at quarter time, the score as we think it is, 2 goals, 1 University. Banks just the one behind.
No, it's not 1 goal 1. There we go. Damn right. I'm recording now.
And so just confirming that score at quarter time, University 2 goals, 1, 13, leading Banks 1 behind. Second quarter about to get underway in the grand final here. University 2-1, Banks just 1 point. Lee Tracy and James Geddes, the goal scorers for University. Now they will be kicking left to screen. Banks, the reigning premiers and minor premiers, kicking to the right of screen. And Jamie O'Keefe going down there for Banks. Down in the forward pocket for them they have Danny Knowles. Very good player too, Knowles. Reads the play pretty well. Pretty strong up there, Matthew Parmenter as well. Ball up in the centre. Good tap down Rowrey. Kick up towards their half-forward line. Bouncing ball. University have 3 players charging at the 50-metre line. They weren't able to get to the footy. It's been held up just short of the 50-metre line. And the umpire has to come in and ball it up. Looked pretty good there for University. They ran 3 players out of the centre, all chasing the football up there, and they were able to hold it up at the 50-metre line and get a second chance at this. Knock away this time from Darren Leach. Little kick off the ground out to Whittington. He goes out wide with the handball, gave it off to Nick Halkitis. Halkitis set sail, misses off to the right. And really should have been a goal. In the end, he missed it all and got to come away with the behind, and lucky to get that, Ben.
Yes, well, University know that Banks are kicking to the scoring end now, and they know that they've got the leading goal kicker this season, so they understand now they've really got to keep this ball inside their 50 to have a chance.
Thumping kick from the Banks fullback here, right up to the centre square. Hicks, terrific mark in front position, edge of the square. Stood his ground, did Dan Hicks, took a very solid mark, and he'll drive University back into attack. High kick here. Lee Tracy front position, ball knocked to ground. He went in and somehow got it a second time. Caught in the tackle and goes to ground. Handball came out from Geddes. Banks there in numbers. Player ran into a tackle. Geddes left it behind. Little push out this time in the direction of Harwood. He couldn't get it, Harwood. He's tackling ferociously for the footy. Banks with the handball over the top. Craig Jones. Messy play here. Handball comes back to Jones again. Goes along the boundary line. Gathered in this time by Fowler. Fowler with a good kick. Dunleavy gets in the way short of the wing on the grandstand side, takes the mark, chips it in short. He's got 2 players in there, Hicks and Rowrey, and he also had an extra player in there in Sean Rankin. They go out wide. Kostololius running across the 50-metre line, takes the ball and drives it in to Harris. Good play, University. And Harris, from about 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle, will have a shot at goal. University 2-2, Banks just the one behind.
University now they're really trying to keep an iron grip on this game. They know if they give Banks a sniff, Banks just going to come charging back with a fire after the break.
Well, certainly they're not playing, or being not allowed to play that well, Banks here, as they put 2 men on the mark. As Beau Harris goes out and kicks, deliberate kick of goal. Looks pretty good. He's got it. Another goal to Uni. Big break for them now. 3 goals, 2 plays a point.
You got University's chasing of the ball is just being a little more desperate and a little bit more strong-willed than Banks is following the ball so far.
So the call in was from some of the supporters of the Banks team, want the ball, and they don't appear as though they do. University outplaying them in the first quarter and a bit. 3-2 to a point. And as I mentioned earlier, Banks, the defending premiers and minor premiers, they beat University in this game last year. They've played 4 times this year, 2 wins apiece. And I suppose the most recent form, Banks winning the second semi-final. Rowrey rucking pretty well in the middle. Good hassling work, Dunleavy. Kick off the ground here by Banks. Vacant forward line, skids away as Rankin was after it. And just short of the 50-metre line, goes out of bounds for a throw-in.
This is a very dangerous area for University now because they know but Banks have got the best goal kicker so far, and they've also got the breeze, so it's a combination of things that's really going to make life difficult for the University defenders.
Throw in at the 50. In comes Parslow. Hard at the footy. gave a little handball off, intended for Rankin, didn't get into Halkitis, overrun the footy, and Banks, through the agency of Jesse Green, push it across the boundary line. 3 goals, 2 to a point. We played 5 minutes of the second quarter. And the throw in here. Leach at back position, tapped it beautifully to his teammate. That was Brad Percy. Onto the chest, he kicked the ball at Jamie O'Keefe. He couldn't complete the mark. Dunleavy sees it over the boundary line alongside the behind post for a throw-in. So that's the first foray into the forward line for Banks, and they got it exactly where they wanted it, on the chest of Jamie O'Keefe. Couldn't complete the mark. Being worn down there by Lincoln Clayton. Throw in alongside the behind post. 3-2 to a point. Tap over the back. Banks a chance here. They decide to take him on, and they're going to be penalised, so advantage to University through Parslow. Good kick, good effort to mark here for Banks. Will be paid, Andrew Pope. He wanted the footy. Handball was given off. They've given it away. University applying the pressure here. Parslow caught. Spillage goes here. Out comes Dunleavy. Left it behind. Banks under pressure here. Snap kick around the body. Parmenter missed everything. Kicked it out of bounds on the full.
You can see the desperation in University there. They really wanted that ball, and just unfortunately for the Banks defence, just unable to get a clean possession onto their forward, Jamie O'Keefe.
So it's a bit of a stop-start affair, the grand final. As I mentioned before, these two teams know each other pretty well, as Ben Rowery drives the ball up to the 50-metre line. Darryl Leach, tall, stands, takes the mark, gives it to Pope. Pope left foot kick, drops it into the vacant half-forward line. Plenty of University players here in defence. Smothering effort on Brent Fowler. Ball dribbles towards the behind line. Picked up by Banks here. Quick handball back in play. Player tries to run through there. Parmenter is going to be penalised, he is. Rowery breaks away from the back pocket. Kicks for Parslow. Good position. Leach came from the back, knocked it to ground. Overrunning the ball here for Banks was... one of their players caught alongside the boundary line there might have been Trent Fowler, and the umpire will play a free kick to University. And away they go, this time through Tony Stewart. So peppering away here, Banks, you feel a goal must come eventually. Brad Percy. Good defensive work, University. Handball comes out. And now a kick. For Banks from a long way out, misses to the right and through for behind. So it might have been Josh Finn, I think it is. He's for Banks out there.
Yeah, Josh Finn has his head wrapped up. Not sure. I think he was the one sent off with the budget in the early minutes of the game.
So he came out wearing number 19. He's now wearing number 16. Might have got some blood on his Guernsey, which is normally the reason why they change it. Rowery has been terrific in defence. Stands and kicks up to the wing. Good mark in front position there to Fowler. Sam Morgan in attendance. They want it in short to Harwood. That's ignored. They'll just chip it over the top here. Gee, that's an ordinary kick, isn't it? Into the forward line, kick and hope. Brett Wilson, hard for the footy. And University would be happy if Banks play that style of game. Just stand back and kick it and hope into the forward line. No system at all from the Banks team, and that's why they're trailing by 18 points here at the 9-minute mark. 3-2-20 plays 2 points. Ball on the edge of the square. Breeze at the back of the Bulldogs. Big tackling, and the umpire has to ball it up.
Yes, University's desperation, wanting the ball is a lot more desperate than Banks. You can see Banks really don't have, like I said before, they really don't have a system. They're just kicking it up forward and hoping for Jamie O'Keefe.
Dunleavy chips. This man is having a ball, isn't he, today? The big number 24, Ben Rowery. Some encouragement for the umpire, I would suggest. Rowery goes back, kicks on the scoreboard side. Drifts across the face of the pack there. University through Parslow go in. Little kick to Costololius. Beaten by the bounce. And Banks able to get out of trouble here through Adam Saundry. But I think he's kicked it out of bounds on the full, and Ben Rowery to bring the ball back into play.
Yeah, she can't really afford to give Benny Rolrick too many shots like that. He can kick it very far there, and he's just got this short chip off to Tim Dunleavy.
So Dunleavy, forward of the wing, will play on now. No one on the mark. Poor checking. The ball cut off this time by Trent Fowler. And without Fowler, Banks could be in even more trouble here. That's an ordinary kick from him. And Ben Ganley takes a very good mark from a very good player. Goes back and kicks to centre half forward. Geddes involved in the contest there. Bo Harris. Finn loses his footy. Caught. Got himself clear. Very good play. Torpedo kick up towards the half forward line. Gets to the 50-metre line. Banks go back there, but University through Matthew Elliott straightens up and kicks out at right angles and kicks it out of bounds for a throw-in. 3-2 to 2 points with University in front.
You can hear the crowd now offering encouragement not only for the umpires but for their team as well.
Kick here, here's Fowler in the way again. Parslow got to him and put him under pressure. Did well, Parslow, as he knocked the ball further upfield. And just as Usher got to it, the whistle of the boundary line umpire held up play. And another throw in alongside the scoreboard. 3-2-20, plays 2 points. University pretty happy with the start. They've been pretty good. Tackle over the top. Advantage played, looked a little high. Banks player caught, under pressure. Chance there for Jones, he didn't get it. Kick into the middle from Waitland. Dunleavy gets in the way, puts the pressure on, little push out. Goes to Parslow. Parslow with the left foot kick. Tried to kick it there in the direction of Halkitis. But Geddes is terrific from back position. Put terrific pressure on Usher. And Usher in the end went to the boundary line. And Geddes did very, very well to force that ball over the boundary line for a throw-in. 20 points to 2 at the 11-minute mark of the second quarter. Some ruck work being done there by Sam Morgan. Banks come away with it. Back position, ball knocked to ground. Good tackle over the top there of Cameron Lewis. He's caught and lost it. Now they can break away. Brad Percy, high kick into the forward line. O'Keefe, hands on the footy. Second chance, picks it up, kicks it goal, misses to the right, kicks it out of bounds on the full. Limited opportunities for the Bulldogs, and they've missed just about all of them. 2 points, plays 3-2.
Yeah, you're right. That first point was kicked in the first quarter, and the second, obviously in the second.
Hicks a chance. O'Keefe went back. Back they come. Front position here for Banks. No free kick. Ball pushed towards the boundary line, and the Banks supporters screaming at umpire Clark for the free kick. But the Banks player was just leaning back against the University defender. I didn't see an infringement there of any sort. Did you, Ben?
No, I didn't see any there. It was just a one-on-one situation. Usually in those situations, you just let play go.
No, I think the umpire has ruled that was deliberately kicked out of bounds, and was it on the full man?
The barrel kick on the
So it's Darren Wallace, tucked away in the forward pocket. Kicks it goal right across the face. Plenty of Banks players here. Came off hands. No crummers down there, and that's what's missing from the Banks team. They needed a couple of crummers down there to run onto that loose ball. It was forced away by the University defence, conceding the behind. So Banks, time ticking away in this second quarter with the use of this breeze, although it has dropped off considerably. 3 points, plays 3-2. Clayton kicks to himself and then runs away from the back line and kicks up to the wing. Hicks in good position. Took a good mark too. Did Dan Hicks. Short kick. Now they've got runners. Ganley, backward of the wing. Measuring kick for Morgan. Morgan's got it. University full of run here. Parslow is in there. Kick comes out. Looks pretty good. Using the ball very, very well here. Finishes up with Geddes. Parslow on the lead, that's ignored. Sam Morgan is there. Halkitis is there. Lee Tracy and Kostololius. Trent Fowler dropping back. He's got some help back there from Craig Jones. Kick off to the right. Missed everything. Poor kick at goal. And the Bulldogs are in some trouble. They could be in considerably more. At University converted their opportunities. And now they come up towards the half, up towards the centre line. O'Keefe's come a long way up searching for kicks. Provides a Shepherd. Dunleavy goes in wanting the football. Good little handball to Clayton. Clayton dribbles it out to the wing. Gets out there Harris. Caught in the tackle. Dropped the football. Lewis. Short kick in. Banks under pressure here on the wing. Good smothering effort from University. They've taken the footy again and they can kick it into their half-forward line. But they are saved again, Banks, by Trent Fowler. And now he runs away. It's a beautiful kick. Wilson. No one to go to yet. Short. Harwood. Harwood with a high kick. Halkitis back position. Terrific effort to punch from the back. That's pretty good. Grabbed the Banks player there in Percy. Ganley. Caught but not effective, the tackle. Push on the Banks player here. No free kick. Umpire says play on. Good shepherding work here from Banks. That was Harwood. Provides the shepherd. Kick came out from Wallace. Got it off to his teammate. Now they have extra players here. They can't use them. The tackling of University pretty good here. Away comes Banks. High kick by Parmenter. Down into the forward pocket. Good spoil at the back here. The ball comes back in play. Here's a chance for them. They've left the ball behind. That was Josh Finn. And University able to come away. Kick it out towards the 50-metre line. Good Mark Wilson. And I think the wake-up call might have went out to the blue and whites at the 16-minute mark of this second quarter, trailing 3-2 to 3 points.
Yes, that was a great mark taken, and they've really got to convert this to stay in this game.
Big kick from Wilson will drop short. Flyers everywhere, comes over the back. Clayton, terrific kick. Gets it out. The bounce there. He's knocked over by University right at the 50-metre line. Ben Ganley.
Looks like Nick Halkitis is coming off again for Damien West. Looks like he's got a sore shoulder of some sort.
Kick around the body right to the goal square here. But Rowery goes back. That kick from Wilson. And Rowery in the last line of defence will go short. Gives it off to Dunleavy, the skipper. Kicks it out wide. Nice looking kick too in the pathway of West out there. Chris Pick running with him, the ball over the boundary line for a throw in. So 3-2 to 3 points. And the Banks supporters pretty quiet here in this stand. Their team yet to score a goal and time ticking away in this second quarter. Handball over the top here. Hard run at the footy. Might be Justin Laws out there wearing the number 11. Lee Tracy, terrific handball off to Morgan. Morgan kicks for Whittington. Whittington used his body but lost his footing. Now Banks in some trouble here because University have worked very, very well. Whittington gets there, can give the handball off to Tracy. Lee Tracy stands up and kicks out goal, and it's a beauty. Fabulous goal from nothing. Lee Tracy's got another one for University against the trend of play. Have now kicked 4 goals, 3 in the first quarter and 1 in this second, and they lead in a very, very strong position at the moment. 4-2 to 3 points.
Yes, they've really got to get a lot of possessions when they're kicking against the breeze, although, like you said before, the breeze died down, but it's definitely going to pick up later on in this match.
So they're crying for the doggies to give them something. It isn't working. They're beaten in just about every position here. Not able to get the footy. Now they can put on tackle. University just too quick at the footy today. Clayton has gone up into the forward line here. West running hard. Comes from behind. It's a very good tackle on. That's a throw. Well, it was either a throw or holding the ball. Umpire played holding the ball. Kick to Lee Tracy. They come from everywhere at him. Banks starting to panic. Little handball over the top. That time came from Brad Percy. Kick by Dunleavy. cruel bounce, knocked on for Whittington. He tried to run with the foot. He put his body on the line and did very, very well here and dived over the top of the footy. Morgan gave a handball to Parslow, who came there. Parslow to the kick, to the voice of Laws, and Justin Laws outside the 50. Chips it in. Wanted Geddes to run on it, put it too far in front of him. It might come back, kick to Morgan, stands his ground, 35 metres out directly in front. Oh, they used the ball pretty well then, University. Chance to kick their 5th goal for this match. They're leading at the 20-minute mark. 4-2 to 3 points. Parslow to have a shot at goal.
Yes, Charlie, you'll notice that they've actually put Jamie O'Keefe, pushed him up into the midfield, and they've actually put Leach down into the forward line.
So stay with Morgan, it is. Sam Morgan. I might have called him Parslow. Kicked beautifully. He's got it. He has another goal for University. So it's a good effort into the breeze to withstand the pressure that Banks put on them for about 15 minutes, and then to rebound quickly and kick a couple of goals. One to Lee Tracy was a beauty, and Sam Morgan converting from the pass that he got given to him by James Geddes, and he went back and kicked a pretty telling goal. 5-2 to 3 points. Not sure where Banks can get back into this game, Ben.
No, it's going to be very difficult for them to come back into it now with Uni kicking with the breeze next quarter.
From the centre, Rowrig's been fantastic. Best man on ground at the moment. Now they can run off their half-back line. Kick by Harwood. O'Keefe, front position, got there. Couldn't, slick little handball. Was a beauty given by Wallace. And they blaze away and miss again. And the whistle is gone. Let's see what the umpire rules here. It may be a free kick to University, so the score will not count. So even if they got the goal, Ben Scott, it wouldn't have counted.
I'm not quite sure what for. It could have been for a swearing offence or something other than that.
So it's Lincoln Clayton who will get the free kick here at centre half back. University happy to take their time. Why shouldn't they? They're kicking against the breeze and waste as much time as they like. So there was no umpire, didn't signal. Yes, he did. He signalled time off. He raises his hand now and the clock starts again. So Clayton's kick up towards the wing. Rowrey wanted it. Little handball over the top. And Wade Tiller attempting to pick the footy up. Couldn't, and knocked it over the boundary line. So we're throwing at the 50-metre line. Rowrig in front position. Big reach there that time by Brad Percy. And free kick to Dunleavy. Matthew Parmenter on the mark. So the skipper, Tim Dunleavy, kicks towards the middle. Damon West in front position. Got it and then lost it. Little handball over the top. Advantage played now as Banks goes through Gleisner up into the forward line. Clayton went back against O'Keefe. Did pretty well. Knocked it towards the boundary line and it will go over. And another throw in. So 5-2 to 3 points. University in a commanding position at the 22-minute mark of this second quarter.
Yes, you're right there, Charlie. They've definitely had a lot of chances at goal and they've just been unable to convert at them.
So here's a chance from Banks from a long way out. Wobbly kick, misses everything. And they are panicking and they're playing without system. They're finding the going very, very difficult in the first half of this grand final.
Now, what you see now is exactly what happens if you don't have people running onto the forwards when it gets knocked to ground. You've seen University do it great. As soon as they're in there, they get all their little small players in to pick up the ball if it's tapped to ground, and that's really what Banks aren't doing.
So 5-2 to 3 points. Kick to the 50. Pack of players. Parslow got there beautifully. Gave it to Bo Harris on the charge. Kicks up over the half-forward line, over the wing towards the half-forward line. And Laws came from the back and put pressure on the Banks player there, and there will be a throw-in, far side of the ground. 29 points the difference close to half-time in the grand final. A game that really hasn't ignited, though if you were a University supporter, you'd be very happy at half-time. Just get some comments from Ben Scott going to half-time.
Well, as you've seen, Banks really have to knuckle down on Benny Rolrick. He's a big player, but he's deceptively quick, and he could cut and run and probably leave behind almost any of the Banks players if he gets given the opportunity. Also, I think that Ben Ganley and Dan Hicks have also been doing a great job along with Bo Harris out on the wing.
Terrific first half from the University side. They lead at half-time by 29 points, 5-2 to 3 points.
Really got to kick another goal to just get one more goal to keep an iron grip on Banks so far. Last time these two teams played, it was University coming out 7-8, 50 over Banks' 139. Almost a strong hit there by Matthew Evans. The ball's come out. University will accept the rock round. Unfortunately, a hit after play there by Mick Nyhouse. Unfortunate, he's apologised. The catch back. He's at roughly 48 metres out. He's taking his time. Looks like he's going to go back for the goal. Banks really need this goal right before three-quarter time. He kicks it. Looks good. Banks now 7-6. 48 to University's 8-11-59.
We like it, Anna! Let's go, guys! Come on, Junior!
27-minute mark now. It's Banks 7-6, 48 to University 8-11-59. Sign is imminent now. Matthew Evans there with almost a great punch out, but it comes off Stephen Lawless. He tries to soccer it along the ground. He pulls off it. The ball comes out, thrown to the centre. Oh, they're coming out. Andy Scott coming in for it. Duncan Stepfold closing in. Oh, Andy Scott picking the ball up, steps around, gets the kick off. Andy Curtin with the kick out. Neil Fennell comes around, left foot down into the Banks 50. The kick back out into the far wing now. There's the siren. Duncan Stepfold being helped to his feet. And at three-quarter time, it's University 8-11-59 face Banks 7-6-48.
Thanks, Ben.
About to get underway here, and the job for Banks, they've got to kick 5 goals to take a 1-point lead. They trail University 5-2, Banks 3 points. They need an early goal. But first takeaway to University. Sam Morgan's kick is a beauty up towards a half-forward line. Geddes got there, couldn't complete the mark though. University players comes in. Geddes making his presence felt there. Now Banks can come away with a left-foot kick. And a terrific one-handed mark taken there by Terry Gleisner. Gleisner's kick wanted it up towards the half-forward line. Gleisner got back there very, very quickly. Ball picked up this time by Banks, kicked towards the 50-metre line. But Elliott comes charging out of defence, kicks up. Bo Harris in front position at the wing. Takes a very, very good mark. It's been a very fine player as Bo Harris goes short. Dunleavy has it on the chest, forward of the wing. Looks up, Geddes is down there at the 50-metre line. Wakeland is the target. Got it to him though, couldn't wrap his hands around it. Whittington went across the face of the pack, did very well. Chris Eyre went back across around the Banks defenders, hooked away with the right boot. And after doing all the good work and setting himself up, he kicked it poorly and kicked it out of bounds.
Yeah, he's just hoping for the wind or the hook in the kick, but it just, unfortunately, it never came, just floated.
Geddes on the mark. Josh Finn here at the front of the pack with balls knocked towards him. Chris Eyre almost took a great mark. Lee Tracy, stand and deliver. Kicked and might have landed right on the line. It did and bounced out. So it is a throw-in, 5-2 to 3 points. Wakeland goes back, Morgan is there, Chris Eyre and Michael Craggs. Lee Tracy front position, whistle, holding on. University going to pick up a free kick here, might be Wakeland. And they want 50 metres. Parslow, quite rightly, is saying to the umpire, why isn't that 50 metres, sir? And the umpire goes back and sets James Wakeland up on the mark. 30 metres from goal, stabs beautifully and just got it in, I think. Yes, he did.
That was a great goal there by James Wakeland. The former NT News reporter now works for Channel 8 as a reporter, and he's a great shot at goal.
Big goal in this game because it's an all-important first goal in the third quarter. Makes the job that much harder for the defending premiers and minor premiers Banks. They haven't scored a goal yet, 6-2 to 3. And it's a very tough ask from here. Roerig has been just fantastic in the middle. Ben Roerig. Parslow in there with him. Dunleavy. And Ryan Walker. Roerig again, clever. Gave it to Dunleavy. He stood there and just thumped it further down to Whittington on the chase. He did well, Whittington. He got the kick away under pressure. Banks dropped back in defence. Craig Jones. Good bark. Half-back right. Now he wants Michael Craggs. Good position, Craggs. Banks get here. Kick it off the ground. Walker comes out. Ball didn't get to him. A little bit of holding on to Halkitis. No whistle from the umpire. It's a scrappy play now. It gets to Dunleavy. Breaks away forward of the wing. Fires a beautiful pass. Wonderful pass to Chris Eyre. On a bit of a lead, and it was a terrific pass.
Yeah, Chris Eyre, he's a great shot at goal. We've seen him kick 13 goals against Palmerston the last time they played. He's a great shot.
Well, the grand final might be all over after this kick. He's hit the post. So, Banks breathe a sigh of relief, but they desperately want this game played at the other end of the ground.
And Chris Eyre's just proved me wrong.
So definitely the scoring end is off to the right. And good work down there from John Whittington. He was out of position, but he was able to get his fist around and effectively knock the ball towards the boundary line. It's the little things like that, Ben, that really count in grand finals.
Well, that's definitely taking time away from Banks, time they desperately need to kick a goal.
Dunleavy and Halkitis working together. Here's Greg Harwood. Greg Harwood's kick up just almost towards the scoreboard on the far side of the ground. Spillage goes to where Brett Wilson goes looking for the footy at the boundary line. It rolls over. And a throw in 6-3 plays 3 points. So the margin is 36 points. If Banks can kick 6 goals, there'll only still be a draw here.
Yes, it's a very big ask for a side to play catch-up footy. But if a side can do it, it's definitely got to be Banks.
Kick to the middle. Now a chance for them. Poor handball. Roerig just knocks it on. James Wakeland will get to the footy. 2 Banks players come to him. He draws them and then chips over the top. There must be a loose player down there. There isn't. It's Whittington. He kicks on a little further. University full of running here. Lee Tracy's kick. Sam Morgan at centre half forward. And they've used the ball beautifully. And Sam Morgan will go back. And you could just about back in from there. Trent Fowler marks the spot. He'll kick from about 40 metres, almost directly in front. The margin at this stage is 36 points, and he can stretch that out to 42. Runs in Morgan and kicks, and looks pretty good, and he's got it. It's a big goal, and Uni go on their merry way.
Now Banks have to play catch-up footy, and that's just not a very pretty thing to be doing in a final. They've really got to scrap it out now, and they've really got to kick 6 goals just to be in it.
7 goals, 3. The advice from someone in the crowd was to his Banks teammate, somebody punch someone and start a fight. 7-3. University, just 3 points, Banks. So ball up in the middle, 7 minutes. Go on, Wakeland. He's going another leg. Banks can come away. High kick now down into the forward line. Plenty of pace here. Elliott dived at the footy. Couldn't get it. He was working down there against Darryl Leach. And you've just got to have system. And when you haven't got it, you're not going to kick goals. So you've got to really have a well-structured forward line. Ben?
You'll now notice that Ben Rorick has moved out of the ruck and he's down in the full forward position. He's a great shot at goal and he's got great marking capabilities, and that should be the perfect position for him.
So Tim Story going for the juggler here. Why not? He's in a terrific position. He leads by 42 points. And everything going the way of University here. Elliott at half-back left. Will kick. Geddes wants it. Sam Morgan wants it. Morgan might get the climb here. Great mark by Terry Gleisner. Basically wanted it more than anyone else and got it, and then kicked into the man on the mark, and will be caught in a big tackle here. He's lost it. Dunleavy goes in and gets it. Got the kick away. Handball back over the top. Dunleavy for a second chance here. Sees it over the boundary line. Whittington with him. And really, it's just not working for Banks at all.
No, their system of play is really not working out now, and they've really got to find a new way to attack University.
Their supporters trying to get something out of the blue and whites here. Bo Harris spoils the party. Goes in and a good kick around the body. Cameron Lewis, Mark Lee Tracy, and he copped one in the back of the head. Umpire says it's out of bounds, but it may be a free kick. Well, there was a hit in the back of the head there that's gone unnoticed by the umpire. Really, it should have been paid a free kick to Tracy, but a high kick. Lewis from the back. Here's Walker. Ryan Walker on the left boot. 2-1 University here. They both stood off and left it. Allowed Gleisner and he punched the ball away. Did pretty well. Morgan got it, then kicked it off the ground. Free kick though to Banks. And University just a little more talk required there. But who should be telling them how to play footy? They're leading by 42 points in the grand final, and their opponents haven't kicked a goal yet. But they might get a chance here. Clayton front position. O'Keefe at the back. And they've found their way, finally, to the big man on the edge of the goal square. And he will go back and kick Banks' first goal. And I can tell you what, it's taken a half a footy and 10 minutes into the third quarter.
Yes, this is definitely going to be fundamental to the enthusiasm and the state of mind that Banks are in right now. If they get this, they'll definitely get a whiff of it and they'll come back fighting.
O'Keefe kicks and kicks. The goal. And the sleeping dogs have awoken after that goal by Jamie O'Keefe.
Well, they've either got to wake up, otherwise these dogs are just going to roll over and die.
7-3 to 1-3. They claw one back. 2 goals to 1 though in this third quarter. University led 5-2 to 3 points at half-time. Now at the 10-minute mark, leading 7-3 to 1-3. From the middle, good tap down. They got their hands on it through Pope and lost it. Now they break away from the middle. Little short kick here. Ball landed on the chest there of Tony Stewart. He lost it. And good defensive work there running across. Cameron Lewis, eyes on the foot. He took a very good mark. And he'll thump it over the wing position. Geddes, good position. Ball not waiting for it there cleverly was Bo Harris. He thumps it in the forward line. Plenty of Banks defenders back there though. And landed in the hands of Fowler. He'll break away. He'll go short. He's got a target out there wide in Jesse Green. He'll go towards Green now. He's a long way out in front of Halkitis. Halkitis got to him quickly though and kept the ball in play. Whittington got there. Sam Morgan as well. Uni have got 3 players there. And they're able to hold the ball up. Pack of players over the top. Umpire goes in and balls it up far side of the ground. 7-3 to 1-3. 11 minutes gone in the third quarter.
You can see now Tony Stewart coming off now. He's been a great player so far for Banks, and he's really got they need more players like him so far.
So ball across the half-back line, handball over the top. advantage played here? No advantage now. Good umpiring here, because he played the advantage, Ben, for a short while, and then when he realised there was no advantage, he brought it back and gave Ganley the kick at centre-half back.
Well, you can hear from the disgust of the Banks players that wasn't good.
Bo Harris stood off and let Geddes get the kick away. Geddes up to Lee Tracy, worked himself to the 50-metre line, stepped pretty good, chipped it over the top, wanted Bo Harris. Banks' defence come away with it here, but nowhere to go with it. Well, they did it in the end, had a couple of players there, but they had about three between the kicker of the ball and where it was landing, and they didn't get him at the fall of the ball, but it's been forced over the boundary line in front of us here in the grandstand at Gardens Oval. 7-3 to 1-3. 11 minutes gone in this third quarter. Throw in. Wakeland, left-handed tap was pretty good. Big tackle, ball came out this time to Wilson. Wilson's kick, Rory gets in the way. Magnificent he has been today, takes the mark at centre-half back.
Benny Rorick, he's a great player, and you know, he's just been absolutely marvellous so far today.
Kicks for Halkitis and Morgan. Ball comes off hands. Elliott run at the footy, beaten by the bounce. Overrunning the footy, Wade Tiller. Ball goes in. Banks a chance here. Player caught in the big tackle, Danny Knowles. And umpire's paid the free kick. He's gone with a quick little handball. Chance here for Banks now. O'Keefe got himself in front position, knocked the ball back into play. Big tackling by Banks here, looking a little more desperate now, but running away with it out of defence was Shane Parslow. Kicked it up to Harris. Harris lost his footing, then drew it back in again, then got up and played terrifically well. Magnificent play from Harris as he gave the handball off to Clayton. Clayton's kicked down further. Trent Fowler on the charge. He's been good in defence. They come in quickly now. He managed to get the handball away. Left-footed kick. Goes to Paul Van Oosten. Banks starting to lift here. Short kick, they've given it away. Clayton takes the mark there in front of Chris Pick. And he's between the half-back line and the wing. 7-3 to 1-3. 14 minutes gone. Goes short, gives it to Lewis. Lewis asked to play on. Gives it back to Clayton. Clayton's kick up towards the wing. Parslow in good position. Got his hands up, went looking for the spillage. Didn't get there, knocked it back for his teammate. Good work from Van Oosten. Tried to kick it off the ground there. Banks. Trent Fowler goes in looking for it. In went Lee Tracy. He was able to get it. High tackle on Craig Usher from Bo Harris. And he feels unhappy about it. But if he watches the replay, you'll see that it was a high tackle. And the mark taken there by Saundry. Been a little quiet, takes on Halkitis, gets away with a left foot kick up the centre-half forward. Rowerig, the man to beat, solid at centre-half back and a great mark.
Yes, Benny Rorick, that's just the one word to sum him up so far today. He's just been absolutely solid.
Dan Hicks, opposite number 13, closing on him pretty quickly was Jesse Green. Spillage here. Knocked out of it was the captain, Bunlevy. Some physical pressure being put on here by Banks this time. O'Keefe caught with it, got the handball out. He tried to get it off to Chris Pick. He went to ground. Plenty of University players here. Pick parked over the top of the footy. Umpire blows the whistle and balls it up at the true centre-half back position for University. Centre-half forward for Banks. 7-3 plays 1-3. 15 minutes gone. University in front by 36 points.
You see Jamie O'Keefe there taking out some of his frustration on the back of Ben Rorick, just shoving him over the pack.
Parslow tried to run through. Knowles got in the way this time. Elliott cleans up from the back pocket. Thumping kick. 2-on-1 here. They want the ball to stay in play. Banks, it doesn't. And the only player running was Bo Harris for University, and a couple of Banks players on the charge there after him. One of those was Paul Van Oosten, and helping him there also was Andrew Pope, but the ball went out of bounds. Rowerig in front position, thumps it, gives it to Lewis. Lewis to Harris by hand. Harris under pressure, kicks from backward of the wing and out of bounds on the full. Thought the ball might have been touched off the boot then, but not so.
No, that was very poor umpiring there. The Banks runner got in the way of the ball, and that would have definitely affected play.
So Banks will kick to the wing, and the call was leave it by Banks there. That was Brad Percy. It was left, and then he dropped it. But now they have it on the wing. Mark taken there by Craggs. Craggs to the middle. Whittington. The trapeze man flying over the top. Kick cut off by Ryan Walker in front of Andrew Pope. And the half-back line for University has been magnificent here today. Banks finding it very, very hard to get away. Will get through. Kick to Halkitis. Halkitis on the left boot. That's a great kick. A wonderful kick to Chris Eyre, who's on a big lead a long way out in front of Bush. and he's got a mark just inside the 50. 45-degree angle, far side of the ground. 36 points the difference at the 17-minute mark. Chris Eyre comes in, gives it plenty. Big kick, drifts across the face. Effort to mark, off hands through for a behind. So 7 goals, 4 plays 1-3.
That was very unfortunate there. James Geddes, if he'd held that with one grab, it would have been a mark, but unfortunately it bounced out and took it over the line.
The Banks trying to bring the ball out quickly. Umpire says no, you have to wait till the goal umpire does his business. And so play held up here for just a few seconds. And I think that should be 7-4 to 1-3 now. The scoreboard attendant having a bit of a rest. Now they'll come out. Bo Harris in good position. The reach over the back was good. Andrew Pope gets close to the man on the mark. Was always going to be. Dunleavy got it. Give a little handball to Lolius. Lolius went on the left boot. Couldn't get rid of it. They smothered it out the way. Dunleavy's got it again. He can go for goal here. Kicks with the right boot. Misses to the right. Kicks it behind. 7-5 now to 1-3.
Unfortunately, Tim Dunleavy's kick actually hooked after it had gone through the post. It's just unfortunate there.
So Banks can't see any way back for them here. They've been given a football lesson by a very determined outfit and a very polished university side. Rorik, terrific. You'd have to back him from here. He didn't quite get to the footy. He certainly made his presence felt, though. It's Josh Finn. He's pretty good. Left foot kick here. Great work back there. Ball goes to ground. And just a little too easy for Uni to clear that away, but they didn't clear it effectively. And a snapshot might be through, touched right on the line. There's that snapshot there from Jesse Green. Reduced from a goal to a point by the desperate work back there by the Uni defence, Lincoln Clayton.
Yes, Lincoln Clayton, he's usually a midfield tagger, and he's one of the best taggers I've ever seen, but doing a great job in the back line there, just shutting down Jamie O'Keefe. He's played on that.
Kicks to himself, now he'll drive this, probably to the centre of the ground. Goes, it's a wobbly kick. It's not a good one. And Banks got up there. They were not able to get it away. Lewis with a kick was good. Got it up, came out of the hands of Geddes, got by Whittington. Whittington goes looking for Chris Eyre. Front position, gets over the back. Lolius, Costa Lolius steps beautifully, runs in and kicks the goal. Oh, he read it beautifully, didn't he?
Yes, Costa Lolius, he's a great player. The younger brother of Stephen Lolius, who unfortunately was shoved into a fence today in our reserves game and coming away with an injured rib from that.
So a little bit of sparring going on between the two camps here, between the supporters in the grandstand, but one team might just point to the scoreboard. That's where the game's won and lost. 8-5 to 1-4. University with 2 goals to Sam Morgan, 2 to Lee Tracy. Costa Lolius 1, Bo Harris has 1, James Geddes 1, and James Wakelin 1. And for Banks, just the 1 goal to Jamie O'Keefe, and that coming at about the 10-minute mark of this third quarter. So 8-5 to 1-4. Ben Rory still able to get his hands on the footy. In there working hard was Adam Saundry. He'll get up with the footy for Banks. He's tried hard in this match. Adam Saundry. Leach in there, no one able to get the touch. Parslow comes away with the kick. Morgan. Ball goes to ground. He might get a second chance out this Morgan. He does now. He's got it. Slick little handball to Lolius. Lolius chips. He's got a runner out there. Bo Harris can continue to run. Turns around and just drifts it across. And they've got runners everywhere. And Chris Eyre takes a terrific mark about 20 metres out directly in front. In fact, it's James Geddes.
Yeah, that was the big fake kick there by Bo Harris. Looked like he might bring it on goals, but he's full-on swung it across, and great mark taken there by James Geddes.
So Geddes goes back, casual kick of goal, he's happy with it. They cheer over in the Tiger Brennan stand. That's where the Uni supporters are. And they continue on their merry way. They're enjoying themselves, the supporters. See some black and white streamers being waved over there. And University looks set to record a wonderful win in the Division 1 grand final of the TIFA competition here after finishing in second position and being beaten by Banks in the second semi-final. They come to the grand final the hard way. They had to beat Pints in the preliminary final. They got a bit of a shock in doing that, but they turned their fortunes around here today with a terrific effort, certainly in this first 3 quarters, in the game in their keeping, 9-5 to 1-4.
Well, Randall Scott must be very happy with this. He's like the both grades manager, and he's been putting a lot of effort so far into this team, and he's really got to be pleased with that.
Here they go again. They're running everywhere. Geddes again. Handball off to Wakeland. Wakeland goes back and kicks a goal, and he's missed it. Terrific build-up by University, and Wakeland just missing it off to the right. Although he kicked a goal, James Wakeland, in the third quarter. He wouldn't mind another one, the big number 22. Banks with nowhere to go. Must be awfully frustrating out there for them at this moment. In goes Harris. Bo Harris chips. Costololi is front position. And he's going to get it. Sheving, that should be 50 metres. The Banks player has just thrown the ball on the ground, and really the umpire needs to walk away from where the mark is set so that he can watch the ball carry. If the ball is thrown on the ground like that, it has to be a 50-metre penalty. Once the player's got the ball in his hand and the whistle goes, he must give it back to the player on the full. The Banks player didn't do that. Umpire didn't see it. Let's hope he kicks the goal anyway. He doesn't. I don't think he's missed it off to the right. Doesn't matter though, really. I wouldn't think of the outcome of this game. At 3/4 time, University leading 9-7 to Banks 1-4.
That really would have that really would have helped University keep a very good stronghold on this game, but unfortunately just conceding a point there, so that's just unfortunate.
As a contest, the game's all over. University look set to record their grand final victory here, 9-7 to 1-4 at 3/4 time. They make it 3-1. Driving kick at goal. It's pretty good. It's through. They are back in the contest, the Pints team, and they know it.
Only 8 points behind now, and you just see the captain Charlie Smith coming off now for Peter Henwood. Charlie Smith has played pretty solid so far.
Yeah. So ball up in the middle. Rory got there early, tapped it down. In went Sean Lufat looking for it. You can see the intensity lift here from the green and goals. They know they're a chance here. Plenty of players running at the ball. They're forcing this ball forward. And University starting to panic just a little bit. Dunleavy goes in. In also goes the Silver chair. Ball comes out, gets to Lufat, kicks around his body. University cut it off there through West. Thumps the ball up towards the wing position. Overrunning the ball was Geddes. And Mark Maguire with a kick to Greg Dean on the wing. And University would be hoping for the siren here to stay in front to 3/4 time. Dunleavy caught and lost it. Lucky not to get penalised there. West goes in looking for it. Greg Dean went in, pushed it out a little further. Pittman says, I'll have it. Runs in and gives a clever little handball off. Chip kick along the boundary line, finds Shuring. Smith's the danger man down there. Anthony Smith. They've given him room to move into. Kick comes in, and Rory comes away and will kick out wide here and give it to Rankin. Foot race here. Rankin in front position. Oh, he was clever. Went back with the kick. Lufat in front position. Takes it and breaks away. There's Jeremy Lufat. High kick. Running back was Rankin. He couldn't get it. And there goes Henwood. He's left it behind. Gathered in this time by Kay. Stephen Kay's kick offline and through for a behind. So Pints pushing. The margin now is 7 points. Just a couple of kicks in this match. Very close to 3/4 time.
It looks like Cameron Lewis coming on now for Dan Hicks. Cameron Lewis coming off just a little while ago just to give Dan Hicks a rest in defence. We all know Cameron Lewis is a great defender.
6'16", plays 6'9". Kick to the 50-metre line. Front position, Smith got his hands on it. West, who's worked hard, he ran into a terrific tackle there from Crichton, went to ground. Holding on, umpire will have to ball this up. And we're probably just a minute away from 3/4 time. 52 plays 45, 7 points the difference. There it is, three-quarter time siren. And University hold on by 7 points at three-quarter time, 6:16.52 to 6:9.45.
Ball up now, comes out, John Whittington being taken high there. Being taken high coming out in the middle, he's going to take the kick back. Not a good way to start the final quarter of a premiership game. He kicks it long and high, thumping kick. And under it was Lee Tracy just being spoilt from behind, unfortunately. The umpire said, no one's going to get that, that's my ball, and he's going to ball it out. James Wakeling goes in for University, gets the tap out, under it there looked like Tony Stewart. They get the hands out, it goes out, it goes off to Josh Finn. Josh Finn rigs it out. Looks for the running Levi Percy. Just unable to get there on time. Just hitting the scores now. Banks 1-4-10 to University's 9-7-61. Dunleavy comes away with it, kicks it out to the running Lee Tracy. Oh, the leaping John Whittington gets the running hands out to another small player, Costa Lolius. Just unable to hold it. He gets up, he looks, he should kick it from here. Unfortunately, it drifted out to the side. So for a point, University 9-8-62 plays Banks 1-4-10 at the start of this final quarter here at Gardens Oval number 1. It's the final game for season 2001/2002. Lee Tracy plays on, gets a hand, he gets caught. Bo Harris with a strong hit, comes around, plays on the left, comes in looking for Sam Morgan. There's Nick Halkitis, he plays on, he drops the ball. Dunleavy comes bursting to the middle, Morgan gets it, comes around, up goes the ball, courtesy to Costa Lolius. At the bottom of it is Dunleavy, so not Dunleavy. He gets pulled out, Lee Tracy trying to get rid of it again. Umpire says, pay the advantage. Josh Finn comes away with it, kicks it down. Oh, and a great mark being taken there. Great mark taken there. Chris Pitt gets the ball out and kicks it down long to the leading Jamie O'Keefe, and he can definitely kick it from here. 70 plus goals so far this season. One so far. So, yes, that's right, 1 goal so far. That was in the second quarter. It's the only goal Banks have kicked so far. I really need this goal. The Banks players are clapping. It's through for a goal. Banks 2-4, 16 plays University 9-8-62. Ball coming back now. Banks with that quick goal. University really need to snip it off the bud now. They're still 7 goals in front. Socket along the ground there, out wide. One player there, and Bo Harris for University. He takes his time, looks up, sees the leading Chris Eyre, goes in for it. Unfortunately, just cut off the path there. Costa Lolius comes in, put on the Shepherd. Out comes flying Dunleavy. Getting the ball now inside the University 50-metre line. University got the numbers here. Dan Hicks unable to keep hold of it. Gets leg, the umpire says no. He gets in, there's a big scuffle, big pack of players, a lot of suffering. Darryl Leach comes with it, left foot barrel kick around the body. Cameron Lewis puts it out in front, goes to get it again. Out comes Shane Parslow, gets knocked, gets the kick away though, and the mark's taken there, but it looks like Trent Fowler kicks it out, looks to the opening, and Levi Percy takes it, running there with Palkitas. Tony Stewart comes away with it now, kicks it down, and great mark taken there. He brings it back, looks like that's going to be Chris Pick. He looks up for the lead, just puts it in a bit too short, comes around, taken there, not called for dropping the ball. He has enough time, comes around his body and kicks the goal. 2 goals so far this quarter. James Geddes coming on for Shane Parslow. Look at that. Dan Hicks, the man they call Sleeper, coming on for Damien West. Scores now, roughly 5 minutes into this quarter. It's University leading University 9-8-62, leading the Banks Bulldogs 3-4-22. And I think we're in for a bit of a slobber knocker game here, people. Kick out in the middle. Bo Harris giving chase. He steps, gives off the long hands, interrupted there by Josh Finn. They get the numbers to it. Bo Harris comes in, tries to soccer it along the ground. They get it again. Bo Harris the second chance. The umpire says it's gone out of bounds. There's the time now, James Geddes with the backhand. Unfortunately goes straight to a Banks player. James Geddes again with the second chance. Shakes the tackle, takes his time, kicks it down to the forward. Unfortunately, Banks have got the numbers there. Kicks it out wide to the lead. Turns around, looks for Levi Percy. There's Nick Halkitis, takes a great mark. Plays on to the Shepherd being put on. Not a great kick. Chris Eyre coming in for it. Looking out. Levi Percy again. This time he's all on his own and he takes the mark. Halkitis on the mark. Kicks it down long. In comes Ganley. Comes away with it. Gets the hands out to Muffy Lewis. He kicks it down. Looks like he's just hooked it off and it's gone out of bounds on the full. Just having kind words there with Jesse Green. There's the kick out. Bozo there being spoiled by Damien West. Levi Percy being shoved off the ball. West getting it again. Geddes coming away, putting it on the left. Smothered off the boot there by Fowler. It comes away. There looks like Greg Harwood gets it again. Comes along the ground. Damien West gets the hands off. Fortunately, it's gone straight to Levi Percy. He kicks it down again. Benny Rolrick there to stop and get the hands. Banks come away. Benny Rolrick, strong player, takes a touch, kicks it down straight to Lee Tracy, drops the mark, kicks it out wide to the waiting Bo Harris, takes the mark, brings it back, looks for the option. There's nobody right down full on in the truthful forward position. Kicks it in, looking for James Wakeland. He's there by himself and he takes the mark at roughly 48 metres out, 46 maybe, not quite sure. He takes it back. Brings it back. Puts it in for the lead. Unfortunately, the mark has been dropped. No, they're going to play it. Play going there to Craig Usher. Kicks it down long. There's Dunleavy. Gives a punch off. Josh Finn coming through. The association, best and fairest. It comes off the side of his boot. He's there for the second chance. Goes in to get it again. Being hassled by Walker. And there's Justin Laws. Levi Percy coming off now. Looks like it's going to be Paul Van Oosten coming on for him. The throw in. High. Leach troubling Wakeland. Dunleavy gets the kick out and there's Morgan. Unable to take the mark. It's been spoiled from behind. come away with it again thanks to Harwood. He kicks it down. Their possession here. Oh, and the great strong mark taken there by Matthew Elliott, aka Pants. Clearing back off the mark. He kicks it out long. There's Johnny Whittington coming in. Umpire says in the back, they're going to take it back. It looks like it's going to be Darren Wallace to take the kick. Sorry, not Darren Wallace. It's actually Brad Percy. Beautifully over there. Comes around the body, left foot. It's a contest we've been watching all day. Oh, great defending there by Lincoln Clayton. Wade Tiller diving in there along with Ryan Walker. Feet are pulled out. There's going to be a ball up just inside the Banks 50-metre line. Roughly at the 12-minute mark of this final quarter here at Gardens Oval. Ball up, it fades towards the boundary line. They're hit down by James Wakeman and it's travelled over the boundary line. Once again, University just gaining some ground with that. Shane Parslow for University ready to come back on. Looks like they might be bringing us Johnny Silverchair Whittington. They bring it out. Chris Eyre gets the kick out and it's gone out of bounds again. Looking like the game of boundary ball now, not football. Both teams desperate now. University desperate to maintain play. Banks desperate to kick a goal. They come away with it. It's out in front. Lincoln Clayton there gets a bad bounce. Benny Rolrick, solid so far today. Gets the kick out. And there it's marked by Danny Knowles, the deputy vice captain. He takes it back. He takes his kick. He's kicked the point. Banks 3-5-23 to University, 9-8-62. Very rough play now. University only in front by 6 goals. Quite a large margin. 6 goals and 3 points. 39 points to be exact. The mark coming around. It's been put on, and there's Josh Finn. Just beating Wade Tiller to the ball. He's going to take it back for Banks' second shot at goal within 2 minutes. He should kick this. He's the association's best and fairest winner this year. You can hear the chants coming from the Tiger Brennan stand, the University supporters hoping to put him off. This could add some spice back to the game. The left foot kick, it drifts across. It's through for a point as well. Banks 3-6-24 to University's 9-8-62. University quite a comfortable lead, but Banks seem to be making a charge now in their forward line. Lincoln Clayton to take the kick out. He goes short off to Cameron Lewis, brings it across, turns around and chips. And there's Bo Harris with a great mark. Goes in short to Shane Parslow. Comes across, still inside the Banks 50. Looks like he's going to go long to the leading James Wakeland. Just doesn't put enough on it. Gets it across and it dribbles over the boundary line. Almost out. Just forward of the true wing position. So now looks like it might be Wakeland versus Leach. Leach gets the strong tap out. They get the hands off. It goes out to Percy. He goes out to the leading Jamie O'Keefe, but it's intercepted there by Josh Finn, who just recently just kicked a point. They really need this. We'll put them on 30 and only 32 points out of it. Lincoln Clayton coming off now for Dan Hicks, the man they call Sleeper. Sleeper's a great defender, just waiting for him to come back. Josh Finn taking his time with the kick. Brings it back. It's roughly 30 metres out. He kicks it. They like it. It looks good. It's a goal. Banks now 4-6-30 plays University 9-8-62. We're at roughly the 15-minute mark of this final quarter here at Gulls number 1. The last game of season 2001/2002. Looks like they might be putting Shane Parslow back in defence, an extra player. James Wakeland to do the ruck now. Looks like he'll be going against Darryl Leach. They're putting 2 men on Jamie O'Keefe. They're not taking any chances. Ryan Walker slips up. They come busting through, unfortunately the wrong way. They get the kick around. Here's Dan Hicks. They get the kick out. It's Levi Percy. Sorry, not Levi Percy. Jesse Green. The 2 players really come into effect. They've played it. Not quite sure what's happening, and it's going to Shane Parslow. He decides to go out wide. It's going to be 50 metres. 50 metres now. Can't afford to give away free kicks like that this late in the game, especially when you're trailing by such a great margin.
Get them up, doggies! Come on!
Parslow taking the kick. Halkidis there. The ball being put too far in. Wakeland gets away with it. Halkidis steps in, gets robbed of it, gets the hands out there to the waiting Justin Laws. He gets taken high, and it comes back. It's the kick over the top. He might be looking for Sam Morgan. No, just unfortunately 2 Banks players there on him. Damo West diving to take the kick. James Geddes coming in late. Dunleavy almost able to take the mark. He gets taken off. Looks like it's Green. Sorry, no, it's Handwood. And Pants comes away with it. Okay, Matthew Elliott, his real name. And there's the mark being overrun there by Bo Harris. Picks it up. Straight onto the boot to the leading James Geddes, who takes the mark. And this is the first time we've really seen an attack here from the University forwards. And he's crossed it into Tim Dunleavy, the skipper. And he's at roughly 38 metres out. Almost directly in front. And this should be a relatively easy kick for the former representative. Just to put University in front by 38. Kick looks good. Looks very good. They like it. It's a goal. University 9-6-68. Place Banks 4-6-30. And Banks coming on for a charge there. But University seem to have just snubbed it out. Tony Stewart coming back on now. Looks like Lee Tracy and John Whittington ready to come on. Not quite sure for who. The ball coming back now. Roughly the 20-minute mark, 18-minute mark of this quarter. Don't forget there's time on in finals football. And the ball's coming back. And it's going to be James Geddes once again versus Darryl Leach. You can hear the cries there from the crowd. Go Leachy. It's been great so far today. Costololi is coming in. Lawsy coming away with it. He gets it away. Ryan Walker, the left foot kick. Ugly bounce there, but he moves back on it. He takes the kick. He kicks it out wide, and there's the mark taken. He plays on, kicks it over the top, and there's the mark being taken by Adam Saundry. He plays on. Oh, and the mark taken there by number 7, Brett Wilson. He looks up. Sees the contest. Cameron Lewis comes away with it. There's a contest for it. Wade Tiller there, providing support. He looks up. The crowd like it. He kicks the goal. Banks now. 5-6-36 plays University. 10-8-68. Fortunately, still trailing now by 32 points. Roughly 5 goals. Just putting the wrong scoreboard up there. You can hear the cries from the crowd. That'll be fixed up at the end of the game. play on now. Coming out, back out. He shrugs the tackle. It's played on. And the man they call Sleeper, almost able to take the mark, but he's hit in the face. He gives the short chip off to Cameron Lewis. Takes him up, being held onto there by Danny Knowles. He gives the long hand pass out to the waiting Shane Parslow. Kicks it out to Bo Harris, been great today, gives the little hands out in front, goes to pick it up, but it's gone out of bounds. Scoreboard now reading 11-8-74 to Banks, 4-6-30. Unfortunately, University been given the goal. It should have gone to Banks. Scoreboard's supposed to be reading 5-6-36 to University's 10-8-68. Dan Hicks coming away with it again, smothered off the boot. Dunleavy coming away with it, the short chip out. And there's Sam Morgan waiting there. He looks up, covers the sun from his eye, looks to kick it in long. Bad bounce there for Chris Egg, tries to get the tap out. They get it out, they kick it along. Here's the contest, but Pants comes away with it. Matthew Elliott coming out. And there's Damo West at roughly 42 metres out. Umpire giving the mark now. Darryl Leach coming back to get the run up. Not quite sure if Damo can reach this. We just noticed now Lincoln Clayton coming off. So coming on now. Sleeper coming off. The high kick. Looks like it's gone through for a point. University now. 10-9-69, plays Banks, 5-6-36 here. And you've really got to expecting the siren to go now. You kind of feel that it's out of bounds, it's out of reach now for the Banks Bulldogs. You can't write them out though. It takes 8 seconds to get a goal and they've got more than enough time. James Wakeland almost not able to take the ball there. Parslow coming in to get it. Being bumped off now. West coming away with it. Gets the hands out to Dunleavy. Gets the hands over the top to Whittington. Whittington comes around. Gets out the wide hands. The hands over the top there. Whittington gets bumped off the ball. Just overuse of the ball there. They come away with it, Banks. Kick it out. And there's the contest between Lincoln Clayton and it looks like Darryl Leach. They get it out. Parslow comes away with it. Kicks it back long and deep into the University 50-metre line. Almost taken there by Chris Eyre. Comes off it, paddles it out. There's the tap off it by James Geddes. Waco comes away with it, tries to get it around his boot, it's smothered. They come away, the chase is on. They kick it out here to the waiting Andrew Pope. He takes the mark, plays on, trips, plays, gets it out. Should have been played off. James Geddes now giving chase. And that University had 3 people on the ball, Banks only had 1. University's 3 players, James Geddes, Lee Tracy and Justin Laws. And the 1 player for Banks there, Paul Van Oosten. Played great so far today. Darryl Leach there with almost a great punch off. Parslow comes away with it. Looks like it's over the shoulder. Leachy taking it, doing that. Brings it back. Justin Laws plays on, gives the kick out. Bo Harris almost able to take the mark, and it should have been 50 metres back there. Bo Harris being knocked off. It's downfield, they're playing it. Bozo coming off with it now. Oh, there's some mark taken there. They come away with it. Open goal. And, oh, he swung it across to the side. Banks now 5-7-37 to University's 10-9-69. The kick out now. Lawsy taking the mark, playing it on, kicks it out to the contest of Dunleavy and Darren Wallace. It's in there for a tussle. Bo Harris comes away with it. He's been great so far today. Gets it out along the ground to Sam Morgan, who looks up, puts it on the boot, out for James Geddes, just unable to pick it up. Damo West running in there. They kick it out wide to Darryl Leach, who plays on, looks up, gets the kick, long kick, high kick, strong kick, coming off, unable to take the mark there. Parslow giving a solid bump, getting it taken there by Ryan Walker, and there's the end of the game. It's the end of the game. University 10-9-69 plays Banks 5-7-37. A great game there. University coming out strong. Best on ground so far today will have to have been Josh Finn for Banks, maybe Tony Stewart, and definitely Trent Fowler for University. It's going to be Ben Rolrick, James Geddes, and Bo Harris. So just repeating those final scores now. Banks 5-7, 37 to unfortunately just not strong enough. University 10-9, 39.